Gottlieb Daimler adopted the famed Mercedes-Benz motto Das Beste or Nix, which means the best or nothing, and he couldn't have picked finer words. The world-renowned brand has continually delivered breakthrough innovation and superb vehicle design throughout the decades. The very successful Mercedes-Benz brand is currently owned by the German automobile company Daimler AG, which has its headquarters in Stuttgart, Germany. The Daimler Group operates 5 business divisions, including Mercedes-Benz Cars, Mercedes-Benz Vans, Daimler Trucks, Daimler Buses, and Daimler Financial Services. Mercedes-Benz is one of the most famous luxury brands in the world. With a rich tradition of excellence in both its private and commercial vehicle production, Daimler AG is one of the biggest producers of commercial vehicles. Daimler-Benz, the first car company created by Karl Benz and Gottlieb Daimler, became Mercedes-Benz in 1926. The first gasoline-powered car was developed by Benz, and the first motorbike was invented and subsequently manufactured by Daimler, both of which were designed with the assistance of Wilhelm Maybach, a man who is also credited with a lot of innovations in the automotive industry. Throughout its lengthy history, the Mercedes-Benz brand has carried on the tradition of its trailblazing founders by consistently leading the way in innovation in terms of performance, style, and safety. Despite having offices in approximately 100 different places now, Mercedes-Benz had modest beginnings with nothing more than a bold vision, just like so many other successful companies that have withstood the test of time. Creating the first gasoline-powered car was the vision in this scenario. Gottlieb Daimler and Wilhelm Maybach, who met at the Reutlingen Brotherhood's engineering works, made the first step toward mobile application by installing a gas engine or one fueled by kerosene/paraffin to a two-wheeler. Because of its distinctive form, the engine, which was significantly smaller, lighter, and more powerful than any previous engine, was called the grandfather clock. This two-wheeled vehicle, commonly known as a riding automobile, successfully completed a test drive in November 1885. Benz recognized the importance of the lightweight engine and set out to create a dwarf in terms of weight, but a titan in terms of power. Because Benz was unable to rely on existing groundwork, and no solution for steering a four-wheeled vehicle had been discovered up to that point, he concentrated on creating a three-wheeled vehicle for the time being. Despite having only 3 wheels, the Velocipede from 1886 can be considered the world's first vehicle. Shortly after that, in the same year, Daimler unveiled his motor carriage, which is regarded as the first four-wheeled car in history, just 100 kilometers distant. This car is essentially a light coach that has had a stronger and modified grandfather clock installed in it. Daimler was considering motorizing boats, rail cars, and aircraft in 1886, because he had early realized that his engines could be used in other applications. This idea enabled Karl Benz and Gottlieb Daimler to make early efforts to commercialize their inventions abroad. Gottlieb Daimler was able to utilize numerous international contacts, in contrast to Karl Benz, who at first just had a French agent representing him. He was successful in reaching licensing arrangements, particularly in France and Great Britain. Fortunately, Wilhelm Maybach met William Steinway at the Philadelphia World's Fair in 1876 and introduced him to Gottlieb Daimler at the end of the 1880s. Steinway gained the legal right of exclusive representation for the full Daimler product line in the USA and Canada during his trip to Cannstatt. On the other hand, till the end of the 19th century, Karl Benz was unable to establish deeper ties with other countries. Later on, he also enjoyed unexpected success in the USA and South Africa along with Britain. However, the world-changing discoveries from both pioneers pushed forward with the ongoing technical advancement of their products in addition to their endeavors to establish a presence in other markets. For instance, Wilhelm Maybach created the spray nozzle carburetor, a significant development in the success of the vehicle, while working as an engineer at DMG. Amazingly, the idea behind this innovation, which constituted a significant advancement in engine design, is still used today. The first significant long-distance excursions in France and Britain illustrated the advantages of the gasoline engine over the steam one. The automotive industry's technological advancement was made possible by the Daimler engine's exceptional performance. After that major achievement in the history of automobiles, another significant technical achievement was made by Karl Benz in 1893 with the creation of double-pivot steering, which resolved the issue of steering four-wheeled vehicles. Again, the 1894 release of the Benz Velo led to significant commercial success. a vehicle and a bus with an engine following it. From the start, motorsport had a crucial role in popularizing the innovations and was primarily used to highlight the performance capabilities of the cars. Another turning point occurred when Daimler Motorengesellschaft built a racing vehicle for Emil Jelinek and gave it the name Mercedes after Jelinek's daughter. They established the groundwork for a great deal more success. The Mercedes 35 horsepower passed the litmus test in late March 1901 by having a stunning victory at Nice Racing Week. This was after Gottlieb Daimler died of heart disease on March 6, 1900. Following this event, the business was based on production line racing cars and high-performance automobiles. The business had previously patented the name Mercedes in 1902. DMG decided to grow its manufacturing and move production from Cannstatt to Untertürkheim in December 1903 to meet the rising demand that came along with the motor racing victories and to assure the required expansion of production. However, what is worthy of emulation is that the highest quality standards, the best of the good, the best or nothing, were a priority for both company founders from the outset and have remained so to this day. Despite growing rivalry in the years before World War I, the pioneers' businesses grew into top-tier producers of passenger cars and commercial vehicles. Significantly, commercial vehicle production increased after 1908 at DMG and Benz NC as well, though the growth rates in commercial vehicle production lagged far behind those for car production before the war. But as a result, the industry for commercial vehicles grew to be a significant secondary source of income for the businesses. An incredible fit was attained in 1888 onwards when internal combustion engines started being employed in aviation, first in airships and then in airplanes. Before the First World War, the production of aircraft engines contributed little to overall sales, but it seemed like a potential industry. This is also implied by the Mercedes star, which was adopted as the business emblem in 1909. Even today, the three-pointed star represents movement on land, on water, and in the air. However, the start and course of the First World War altered the two companies' order intake structures. One of the reasons for the construction of the Sindelfingen complex was the replacement of private demand with official mandates, which were typically military. The two forerunner businesses almost exclusively catered to the demands of the frontline troops and the war economy. The product line as a result underwent a significant alteration and diverged significantly from the variety available during peacetime. The two businesses grew during this time to become Germany's largest producers of aircraft engines. The First World War saw the truck's breakthrough as a mode of transportation, both for the military and for commercial use. Despite the enormous importance of the truck, the market shares of the two German motor vehicle manufacturers gradually shrank. This was caused by the enormous number of startups in this industry during the war. Consequently, to survive the incredibly dire economic conditions following World War I, the two automakers formed a cooperative venture in 1924. The newly established Mercedes-Benz brand was marketed by DMG and Benz NC, and in 1926 a complete merger was completed to become Daimler-Benz AG. Karl Benz also joins the supervisory board of Daimler AG. At the Berlin Motor Show in 1926, the business debuts the first Mercedes-Benz passenger car carrying the three-pointed star emblem. 7,000 automobiles were produced the next year as a result of the merger. Unfortunately, on April 4, 1929, Karl Benz passed away in Ladenburg, Germany. On December 29, 1929, Wilhelm Maybach also passed away in Cannstatt, Germany. But, the passing away of the pioneers of these companies did not stop the Mercedes-Benz brand from scaling great heights. In 1931, the Mercedes-Benz W15, also known as the TYP 170, made its public premiere to rave reviews at the Paris Motor Show. It introduced the first independent suspension system for four wheels and hydraulic braking. From 1931 to 1936, the W15 was offered as a sedan, cabriolet, sports roadster, and military vehicle, and Mercedes-Benz rose to prominence as one of the industry's top producers. Mercedes-Benz introduced the W136 model, the first passenger car to use diesel, in 1936. Before World War II ended manufacturing, the W135 Roadster and W138 Limousine were unveiled in the ensuing years. As a result of research and testing on robust floors, side impact protection, and collapsible steering columns, passenger safety also became a concern for the auto industry. In 1949, after a lot of work, the company's balance sheet was in the black, and Daimler-Benz AG was headed back to its former status as the industry's top automaker. After that, a great era began for the business in 1952 when Mercedes-Benz automobiles were imported into the United States, and the 300 SL Gullwing's popularity there played a significant role in the company's growth during the 1950s. Mercedes-Benz also made a comeback in the world of motorsport, taking first place in illustrious events like the Le Mans and Carrera Panamericana. The company would go on to dominate the motorsports industry. Great expansions continued in the 1960s. Sedan and station wagon versions of the W110 were released, while the first SL with an automatic transmission was unveiled in 1963. In 1967, Mercedes-AMG, a distinct high-performance division, was established. The renowned red SL 300 SEL 6.3 V8 saloon was unveiled by Mercedes-AMG. Also, the production of the SL and SLC 107 series, followed by the G-Class and S-Class series, helped Mercedes-Benz maintain its success in the 1970s. In 1978, further safety measures were added, including the crucial anti-lock braking system, ABS. Significantly, the revolutionary technological advancements continued with the 1982 introduction of the 5-arm rear multilink suspension on the 190 class and the 4MATIC all-wheel drive on the AWD E-Class. And early in the 1990s, Mercedes-Benz was among the first automakers to eliminate dangerous CFC chemicals from its air conditioning systems. Over the ensuing decades, the company also introduced technology such as the Controller Area Network, 1992, which offered more precise control, the Electronic Stability Program, ESP, which is now required on all cars, and the Smart Key, 1997, which provided convenience and theft protection. Other advancements include the PRE Safe Safety System from 2002 and the Attention Assist Driver Monitoring System from 2010. Mercedes-Benz continued to grow and expand even in the 21st century. Recently, in an endeavor to establish a fleet that is completely carbon neutral, Daimler and 12 came together in February 2020 to produce the first C-pillar in the world made of polycarbonate produced using CO2 electrolysis. Announcing plans to rebrand as Mercedes-Benz in February 2021, Daimler also announced the spin-off of its heavy-duty commercial vehicle division, Daimler Truck, into a separate publicly traded company. The first trading day for Daimler Truck, which is listed on the Frankfurt Stock Exchange, was on December 10, 2021. CEO Ola Källenius declared on January 28, 2022, that Daimler will become Mercedes-Benz in an effort to increase the company's valuation as it moves more heavily toward electric vehicles loaded with technologically advanced gadgets. Daimler formally changed its registered business name to Mercedes-Benz Group AG on February 1, 2022. The Mercedes-Benz brand. One of the most prosperous automotive firms in the world is the Mercedes-Benz Group AG. The group is one of the top suppliers of premium and luxurious vehicles and vans worldwide. Financing, leasing, automobile subscriptions and rentals, fleet management, digital charging and payment services, insurance brokerage, and cutting-edge mobility services are all provided by Mercedes-Benz Mobility AG. Mercedes-Benz has production sites throughout Europe, North and Latin America, Asia, and Africa and sells its automobiles and services almost everywhere in the world. The Mercedes-Benz products. The Mercedes-Benz Group AG offers services such as Mercedes-Benz, Mercedes-AMG, Mercedes-Maybach, Mercedes-Me, Mercedes-EQ, Mercedes-Benz Bank, Mercedes-Benz Financial Services, and Athlon. Mercedes-Benz net worth. Mercedes-Benz brand value maintained a steady growth rate between 2010 and 2018. 2 years of negative growth followed, but in 2021, the value bounced back to reach an all-time high of $25.84 billion US, 14 July 2021. Which part of this story fascinates you? For more information like this, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on the notification button.